got a big place like this, you get a discount rate on it, so you don't pay the full price. They give you it for wholesale. So you save on your water, your electricity, everything's wholesale.
Our electric bill is a lot less expensive here now, and that has happened recently. Over the past couple of years, I've seen a dramatic drop in that.
I am a single mother, and I live here alone without family, and if a car were to break or if I had to upkeep it, it would be really taxing on me. So all of the costs for an electric car, this particular one was upfront.
We do a lot of reusing of containers of products that we purchase wherever we can reuse a container. We're constantly doing that just to keep everything out of the waste stream.
There's a couple different elementary schools, and one is called the Sustainability Academy. So within their teaching, within their lesson structures, there's always something that's revolving around environmentalism.
Several years ago, when we had decided to build a new parking garage, we had made provisions for the possibility of solar, not knowing at the time how successful solar could be. And to our surprise, putting the solar panels up there on the best day would cover about half of the electricity that the airport uses.
The Intervale Center is a 30-year-old nonprofit in Burlington, Vermont, and what we're trying to do is sustain farms, land, and people, because that's how we're going to change the world.
In a way, I think one of our assets is our size. It's easier with a city of our geographic scope to involve a lot of people in conversation and to be really deliberate and successful in community outreach and participation. So I think people buy in to our process of moving on the sustainability path because everyone's voice is, arguably heard, or there's a venue for everyone to be heard.
People tell the story differently about how Burlington got started with this. I mean, certainly in the 80s with Bernie Sanders as mayor, and then Peter Clavell, there was kind of growing focus on environmentalism, on sustainability.
It doesn't matter the size of the city. It matters if the city leaders have the will to do this. The will is what's important, and the political courage to stand up and say, we need to go in a different direction.
But the problem we have, if you look at, our energy costs and all of the things that we're doing to solve a problem that I don't think in any major fashion exists. I mean, Obama thinks it's the #1 problem of the world today, and I think it's very low on the list.
Climate change is already causing devastating problems in the United States and around the world, and if we do not get our act together, by significantly reducing carbon and methane emissions, that situation will only get worse.
We're using the falling water power to power our turbines to make electricity. So we're taking the falling water from the Winooski River. This is a flow of the river station. So whatever water is coming down through the river, we monitor and use as much as possible.
These are the branches, the sticks, the decayed, the rotted type of wood that would normally, there's no value to it. So we'll burn it. It helps thin out the forest to make the forest grow stronger. Burning wood is more sustainable than burning coal. If we were burning coal, it takes millions of years for the coal to be produced.
Having achieved this goal of sourcing 100% of our energy from renewable sources, that really has caused us to challenge ourselves and say, where do we go from here? We are honing in on setting a concrete goal for becoming a net zero city.
It's more than making buildings self-sufficient. It's as a city, reducing our overall load, so reducing the amount that a house or a home, a business needs in order to heat and cool itself.
This starts with one house. With one house being energy efficient, with one house having a solar panel, with one house having a solar panel plus storage. And then it spreads to 2 houses. And then you go block by block. And then you go little neighborhood by neighborhood, and you grow it out. In the old model, on the fossil fuel model, you have one big facility sitting in the middle of town, if you will. That's a coal facility or natural gas. And that's pushing energy in one direction out to customers. It's like a hub and spoke model. At the center of that hub is the power plant, and the spokes, the energy is radiating out. In this new world, it's much more like a network with a lot of individual nodes on it. It's not unlike the internet. One computer can do a lot, but the power of the computer comes from connecting all those different computers together. And it's the same way with an energy grid in the future. One home can do a lot, but the power of all these homes that are making their own energy, storing it and using it in a smart and efficient way is really powerful.
I think Burlington's the prettiest state in the United States for being green, and I hope we keep it this way. And the only thing I don't like is the windmills on top of the mountains. They're taking that beautiful sight away from us.
So it's pretty cool. It's a feel-good situation, you know?
Actions like this that create buzz and excitement, you're also opening up important, valuable public space for people to use and enjoy. There's pride associated with that. Not to say that we don't have problems as well. We don't want to sugarcoat everything, but it's exciting to be in a city where you feel things are happening.
Vodafone One, el todo en uno de última generación.